You are listening to GN Radio UK.
Hello and welcome to GN Radio. This is the Legal Hour with myself, Jones Sewa, and now pay all my new Chunkumo, Fortwell Solicitors. In the lawyer Dan Koy, Chunkumo. Now, before lawyer Dan Koy Babason per se, Fortwell Solicitors, one more area, one more specialize it. Immigration, asylum and nationality law, family, divorce and children law, employment law, entertainment law, wills and probate. Other areas, and sponsorship declarations, statutory declaration, change of name, deeds, housing despair. And now paying Kuma and it like Danko will be centered around one area of specialities. Now, have any questions on what we're going to discuss today? And that's one area of speciality. No, would be a question. Be a you'll bet me a friend. Numbers are we here? 0203 735 8820 or 0203 286 0185. Alternatively, you'll bet me a friend. Mobile line and see it 0778 793 9958. And we need help. Other avenues I'll be getting in touch. Now, Miss Ika say program me streaming live on Facebook into one man more share with Facebook and some Mr. Abaswana wash Amaya. Lord Uncle, good morning.
Morning, Jones.
Yaboko, long time. Don't catch it.
And I say, it's been almost 4 or 5 years now, isn't it?
Yes.
Last time I the program, but by God's grace, we are still here.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good to see you again.
Yes, that's a program. Yeah, I think the best way to get off with ABI. Have there been any updates? People need to be aware.
Oh, updates need for the past few months. There have been a number of changes. Is going on. One of the major changes we believe say TFO I shared recently. EFA Omubetimi Aye application for indefinite leave to remain. We are talking about children, people below the age of 18 years, Ometina Chrome has saved for more than 7 years. Previously, no, na sir omo say omo any application via na a private life 2.5 years. And now omo under 10-year rule. They have to renew it so many times. And some normal qualify for indefinite leave to remain. But changes are taking effect from last month. The fact say those people, instead of them making an application for 2.5 years, they can simply come along and make an application for indefinite. And only a very, very big or important change we also have changes for Omo Wetina has said more than half of their life. We are between the ages of 18 and 24. Now, Nyamia Wadomna Wetina has said more than half of your life. The opportunity, Abba say, and also UBTV a year application for indefinite leave to remain straight away. And also, yes, something very key we've been making our listeners know about. We also had the issue to do with Zambrano, whereby Home Office for were ordered say Omo reconsider Omo position, which was recently published. Even though Home Office for have decided say previous policy Nana Omo War and Sana, we had a court case coming up for them to be ordered to Omo review. They are going to maintain it, which is what it is at the moment. Omo module applications are too people are beginning to get decisions near there, and if you find yourself in a position where it was a brand new application, this is the best time on a lawyer ever discuss it to look at your options and sana any decisions that is where we are. We've also talked about the fact that companies and as a businesses are almost sponsor and for backroom has say under the skilled worker scheme also they can come along and get sponsorship license, because at the moment that is the easiest way for you to get workers into your company and answer your firm. If you are in any enterprise and you are struggling to recruit people to work for you, the option for you to get a sponsorship license is available to you. You still need a sponsorship license anyway. So we've been encouraging people, we've been showing people, we've been leading people, say they should come forward for them to for us to give them the guidance on ways and means and with me a license. These are some of the trends currently regarding immigration issues at UK at the moment.
Now, baby, sir, your friends say updates here one my now face, one person or apply for indefinite leave to remain. Is there anything that can stop anyone applying, and I say prohibit them from actually attaining the indefinite leave to remain?
Oh yes, it's preventing somebody from successfully obtaining indefinite leave to remain. One of the things affecting the fact that it's hard to point. And if you are making an application for indefinite leave to remain, we are looking at your travel history for the past 5 years. If for the past 5 years, you have been away for more than 180 days within any 12-month period, remember, I said that is something that can be a hindrance. And I said, a bit me affecting any application. I go here. If you all know now, or to point for one reason or the other, A, B, or 2 point, the intention was to return as soon as possible. But in said because of COVID, there were so many people who were abroad for longer than they anticipated. A bit affect you more. When they are making an application, it is very, very important to just don't leave it bare and assume say Home Office only need to understand say now there was COVID. And I say you have been in breach of your continuous residence rules now. At accepting indefinite number. This is something that you need to be very particular about. So yeah, calculation say you don't fall within. It will be very important to obey your explanation within the application that you are making. The other thing is what affecting for a good character requirement. Good character requirement, believe it or not, any drain say amount for your market to if you are pet in our affect you. But we have come to realize say this good character requirement they can affect you even if you've had things such as unpaid fines ABR wako drive amount penalties a few here and there. I won't see a crown bono. When the time comes for you to make an application for indefinite leave to remain, if you're not careful, something as simple as that and it can affect that application. Oh yeah. Then we have those people are onward non-custodial sentences. A all no man caution. ABR wako pub, wako club. There's been a fight. Omoba, the issue behind that ambim, but the police gave him a caution. You need to wait for 3 years and send away an application for indefinite leave to remain because that caution you need to leave your criminal records. When making an application for indefinite, you need to consider and sign why. The worst case scenario, the grandpa say, if you grandpa now the tax cut or the HM revenue cut it's say if you're about to make an application, my because and no grandpa no then affect application now by and I war if you also not war the wrong association. Let's say you are being way like only in bi ɛwɔ ɛhyehyɛ hɔ nom ɛwɔ hɔ na so bi ɛwɔ adamfo and then home office for have found out says nkurɔfoɔ no ɛwɔ adamfo even though ɔmo na ɔmo wɔ bad character who need bad character even when making an application they can tell you say because you are associated with those people you have an application and and also something that we need to pay attention. Then the usual things such as life in UK test, English test, RSN, or passing and sending the amount. And also something that you need to pay particular attention to when making an application for indefinite leave to remain.
And I think, I just say, be a prison sentence payer and also equity out. But in terms of serving, your friends, that prisoners will be called a fias. Is there a limit? Is there be a threshold? And I say, be a them for 6 months, you're still qualified. And I say, more than 6 months, will go against you.
Oh, ukoda efie asia depending on the number of months ukode mono. It may affect the type of application or person we are not saying definitely to remain now person we are. More so if you are you need to wait depending on the length, you may have to wait for 5 years, you may have to wait for 10 years, and so that way to higher application for indefinite. And we will look at the number of the sentence that you've had, and then we can advise you accordingly. But if your sentence is not a year more than 12 months, I remember say it is not simply the fact say untini a application for indefinite leave to remain. One year grandpa, you will have to be deported. And if you see them one and once more can thing, but anything less than 12 months should not be a problem, even though you may have to serve your time and wait for the time to come and send away any application for indefinite. And yes, sir, and then you just would have wasted your money.
Yeah, cheerful. And lawyer Dan Coin, education command pay Fortwell Solicitors in Tino. Or any issue be to do with immigration and asylum, family, employment, civil litigation, wills, and probate law now. But more than I say, Obe from, and that's what I say. Be beach wagon see and so bit my first studio handle. Okay, say Siano. You want to say Obi wo honomo. So yeah, application, but I'm saying the way COVID it take here by surprise. Na man for P. Elusu omejuma. A coin be one man, fancy be one ejuma say still obetimi apply na mati say bibi wo a friend fee waiver. Na then fee waiver and I think no one qualify.
Medasi bebre Jones, say the kind and the COVID a buy nyamamu abed nyamankofo bebre, omo Lucy Ejumano, so no fuel prices, electricity bills, all the expenses that you can think about, chroma ishi, apart from whether or not ishi, no, sikasemonso ishi. So we understand, say, and for that reason, fee waiver has become even more important than ever before. And fee waiver, a year office policy, they have introduced over the years because of recent court cases. Yeah, now we are talking about 3 key court cases whereby the court came to the conclusion, say, So we obi person we year application for human rights. We any human rights application now sikasem ho na because of sikasem you are not even in a position to submit your application. A very important say if you can see more for no consider your application. That is where the policy fee waiver no a fee buy because the courts in almost say it is in contravention with human rights if people are not even able to submit an application. I think it's a problem. See, I said they are okay, so open say we year application under any human rights apart from point-based system now. The cheapest application we are talking about is £1,048, which is very expensive. Apart from £1,048 and also health surcharge, they didn't work as NHS fees. So our NHS fees works out to about £624 every month for each adult or person or year application. For Nkwalano, they need to pay about £470 for each year. It's a lot of money. If we are adults, now say we are application under human rights application, normally will live to remain at the amount of 30 months, which is 2.5 years. Then you are looking at about £1,560 when making the application, which is a lot. Over to your home office fees, 1,048. Over to your NHS fees, 1,560. Just imagine if you are a family of 2 or 3, now you are multiplier. You are talking about almost £10,000 in certain situations, which is a lot of money. Apart from this, there are people they will have to pay for English language test. English language test level A1 and B1 or whichever level our lawyer Becca Charles said you need to do, and also your average £150 for you to pass the test. Then if you have to even instruct a lawyer to assist you with the application itself also, I say with your lawyer's fees because a ban on immigration applications apart from asylum claims, any domestic violence issues, any legal aid for any application. Yeah, you see how difficult things become. So a family of 4 and a family of 3 application. I have seen people who have paid home office fees in the region of £15,000. Or we can say, hey, lawyer, not just say we're not the Tunein crown or the mortgage deposit crown and so it's a lot of money. So this fee waiver policy is very, very, very important. And for us to do this, even if you are thinking, say, hey, you need to travel within the next 6 months or within the next 12 months, because now I'm saying the catch also application, they're about 6 months around, but most applications are taking longer than 6 months. They need to take up to 12 months. Yeah, they answer a decision about you might have to travel within the year. So you may want to pay for same-day service. Fortwell Solicitors, we offer same-day service. That same day, if you want to take data, you need to pay for super priority fees, which is also £800 on top of all the money now. So, we 5 working day, and £500 extra. This is a lot of money, and we are not talking about ABR for family. £800. We are talking about £800 per applicant. It is very, very, very. It is not nice. It is not, especially when many people have to make such applications 2, 3, 4 times. And sana omonsa aka indefinite. Just imagine, say, every 2.5 years you have to bring this money together to make it. It's a hard dream, baby. When the Home Office introduced the fee waiver policy, we were very excited. It is, however, very important to understand, say, there are conditions to it. And you obetini aye application for fee waiver. If you are thinking and as you are considering, say, obey application for fee waiver, first and foremost, you need to understand, say, the type of application our person will get. Is this something that will make you qualify for it? Because any application be an fee waiver. Let's talk about people who can qualify first. Normally, applications are person we year for permission under the 5-year partner route. Ubetini a fee waiver application. Say if your partner is in receipt of one or more specified benefits, there are some benefits you honor if your partner receives you may qualify to do some fee waiver application way. Into they say, oh yeah, under 5-year partner route grant, so you want to consider it. That is something that may be available to you. Secondly, applications are open we year under 5-year parent route, and also no possible say me a year application for fee waiver. Into we year parent na yeah nyame wadom o lawyer etimi stretch you about 5-year route because over paying a copy 10 years and then when you win definitely. How is this possible? It is possible, says somebody is earning 18,600 because that is one of the qualifying criteria for 5-year parent route. And sana why they why just way but usika sem and we 18,600 or 18,600 will chrome has say now you are paying rent £1,000 what's in London car insurance fuel with it is possible say 18,600 yet what expenses niana there will not be enough money for you to pay all these home office fees that we are talking about. So such people can also make an application for fee waivers. Then one person year application under 5-year private route life and also Saturday Mema will update they can say for currently no make me a year application under 5-year private life. It's no you be waiting at Chrome has say 20 years. We are Apala waiting at Chrome has say more than half of your life. That's if you are between the ages of 18 and 24. Now it's now more than half of your life. Now so your application and the private life. Now for some reason you are not in a position to do the life in UK test. It's no person we year 2.5 years need be now only sika obetua for fees now. Obetimi a year application for sa fee waiver waive. Then we have the usual candidates. More 10-year routes. So no say 10-year parent route or 10-year family route, their partner route. Now open say we year application and also no obetimi a year sa fee waiver waive. Year even discretionary leave under victims of trafficking and as a slavery and as if you're a victim of domestic violence this and also obetimi a year application for fee waiver way. And we also have a last criteria and people obetimi a year application for fee waiver. Now saying sir oye akwala na opese woje or registration certificate and as opese your British book. Now lawyer culture said see a register register for naturalize your. So for children, when you are registering them, the home office fees is £1,012. As you can a registration certificate, and you want to make an application for fee waiver. The 8th category of people are on a year application for free waiver. Chrome has said. If you have any question now, you can ask. If not, I will move on quickly to criteria you need to meet and sign at the fee waiver.
And one can baby say on the criteria because they're very, very important.
Yes, as open say one year application. If you fall within any of these categories, open say 1 year application for fee waiver. There are 4 criteria that you need to meet. The first criteria they say you cannot afford the fee. That is the affordability criteria. The affordability criteria. We need to see your income and your expenses. Obi ohonoma obeba behu or say lawyer mini sika but obehwe no na or the sika e dia ma obi ebia within the last 6 months of our application or transfer the sika nya command down for me say their own to ya paper job questions will be asked into you can say affordability are very 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 important. The second criteria no e destitute obia na ohupo we can say destitute and which ohia uti say nipa na owo ho no mo no ho kire no e bi krampo aduane krampo obedi praje so akọ food bank and say na wakonya bibia obeti no eno no a destitution. If you fall under that destitute ebia charities ni food bank na support you straight away no obetimi a qualify for sa fee waiver applications in a ebi also na you are at risk of imminent destitution no ebia na me no wo kasa no and I say you have some funds that you can live on. However, see a GSA £2,000 and £3,000 I'm able to see if you account one. Sika Crampa will be the crown pony until you are at risk, even though you have 500, 600, £800 in your account at that time. Paying that money will put you into destitution. And for that reason, and yeah, they are with me higher than 8 year fees, then you can apply for fee waiver. Hey, big grandpa, now you 2 if you fee. You have money, you can't work on no. You are going to use it for your rent deposit. At that stage, even though £2,000 at our account, that £2,000 is earmarked for your deposit for your next property that you are moving into. Until the money may be there, but you cannot afford it, and you can still make an application and for fee waiver under the policy. And now the fourth criteria is say your income is not sufficient to meet child's particular and essential additional needs. Into akwala na within the war home. Ebi grandpa sika wo de beto aduane ama na na so de beto na pia na say be wo de be ye bibi e de ama akwala na de akọ e de child care ni ade no. If you use that money to pay for your home office fees, you will not have that money to do that, and for that reason, you will be able to come under this to make such an application. So, yeah, shared definition of destitution. Home office will define it, and they've talked about and most of the time when you come in, I will be able to determine. Normally, no, na a accommodation issue, so a problem, and all those people fall under that destitution. See, yeah, ban affordability, any destitution. Yeah, we have a lot of cases. Home office for have been guided and they've been told what they need to look out for. Application now, yeah, be prepared, say the past 6 months bank statements, any pay slip, any source of income you'll be able to evidence it, you'll be able to bring it. It is very, very helpful when you are coming to us and you have that thing ready already, because so we'll back now all the bank statement 6 months about all the income 6 months about straight away I can look at your the trend in your bank account and be able to tell you say you can make this application or you cannot. So what me I say, I will not even waste your time to come and put your documents down and say your lawyer and maybe straight away as soon as we see it, we will be in a position to determine whether say you will qualify or you will not qualify. That's the good bit about it. And now say two if landlord at the letters at the amount. It will be helpful when you bring it, because that clearly shows you have become destitute and you become homeless when you use that money to pay for it. There are no hard and fast rules about this type of applications. However, you need to think about how you will be able to demonstrate. If you go all banana say lawyer, madam for you and being and I'm say, okay, Unyano, does it give you money? Most people live with their family members or friends. Physically. But because bia wafa kwan bi so ye adwuma kakra la bi wo enchain or see Unyano ema mesika na say madam for ema mesika. When you say things like that, it can cause problems, because they will say Unyana na say wa down for enko find a bank statement for the past 6 months embra. If Nipan Ewosika, Rebecca say, even though Unyana na wadan for the Ewosika, because you have said, say, or no, or mouse can all mouse are £3,000, na fabe to your home office fees. And for that reason, you refuse. We were also wadan for the Abia, wa Joe say, or walk. And no interest of a prepare so no be 3,000 at the amount of faculty your home office fees. How many people in this country will be able to give you 3,000 for free if faculty your home office fees? Many people will not do, even though they will be prepared, say, on even though they will be prepared some free accommodation, but they will not be prepared, say, obey you £3,000 and they shall go to home, faculty your home office fees. It's a whole year application. It is very, very, very important so you know the type of documents that you put. Even if we're done for the email letter, say, or the support ground for now, be very, very, very careful the contents of that letter, because that content may affect the type of application that you want to do. The third point I raised in my earlier submission, a child's particular needs. Some people who will say the income now or one is to the extent say even sika grandpa or the chia for akwalane nursery fees and I say akwalane childminder fees are very, very difficult, and so for so doing any possible say over chia. Say if you feel say you are not able to pay the lawyer's fee or you're not able to pay the home office fee because of your child care needs, put it in writing. The grandpa preceding the time I'll pay your application out there for nursery school Obeji letter if you school one man say if your demand notice, let us say a choice with just scanning, wait media then add their account. These are some of the things that they wouldn't have written black and white in the application, say for waiver. But what they count one, it goes a long way to help. If now you are receiving support from your church or your religious organization to support your living conditions and how to pay the child care needs. If the all these letters, if you want no ever in your bed, ever supporting. The other thing that the Home Office need to assess, assessing any surplus income that you may have. Into no obi ohonoma bosumi oji £2,000. £2,000 and ne ho ka edoso. Ebia or the car loan or the way obetua bibia na sika bia eni. Into no it will be very helpful say ode o table expenses new income table ebeba. Na ya check bibia no say look 2,000 and the person ni panic ejuma is the person is on 24,000 or 30,000 a year. But so share the expenditure or what? There's no way the person can afford this 3,000 or 2,500 that you want to charge the person for home office fees and NHS fees. If you're able to put things clearly, a idea home office for will definitely consider. So, having looked at the criteria, my next discussion to submit such an application. Jones, who or any question on the criteria? And if not, then I'll go on how to submit such application.
No, can say maybe say intinum if say obi wo honoma yes, onya £2,000 a month. Or income expenditure ne krampuna what is coming in and cover after we tia ni ho nyeme nyina ewie no kakra beka no and no so. But ebia nipa over the past few years or so no wetime se bibi kakra or savings. And no ebe hinda the application and now say they will take into consideration.
Yes, ebe hinda the application. So who was savings baby at a problem. If you can say move forward, expect say obekwa use our savings. And they are your home office fees. What I see let's say in bebre wo honoma also time now about the application. What is a fee waiver be or or shift sikana ACAC. And you need to understand, if you understand how this thing works, then you can work accordingly. Say they are not made mono, they will look at your income or your bank statement for the past 6 months. Into any transaction that has gone on in your bank account for 6 months preceding the application will be investigated and will be looked at. If you have any plans and answer you think said in 6 months time no obey your application maybe can't just say use baby, but you now you need to think about how you are going to put your things in order before you make the application. Sometimes people think people assume obey no what to say meaning say mo amokwa sorry no muni Ananias ni we or they sikani be in the bank account or tokru bimo and no they will not reveal it, and then when they come forward they will just if Abia or Barclays account or Monzo account, and then Abia the bia ni sikania no Monzo Barclays ni or Jinisika or no Abia will be or TSC or Monzo hono. He thinks said or the Barclays account ni eba be treme na maybe they are command home office for na me bisa say oh bank account will be bia waka chem say there be ni hwe e will be bia, and they will not see it means the home office people will find out because on their credit check, and any credit check that they do will review any bank account that you have in the UK, unless it's our bank account in Ghana, then maybe they will not see it. But if that bank account is within the jurisdiction of United Kingdom, then you have to understand say they will find out say what's our bank account and they will request for our bank account. Say because they will ask you to make a declaration. Say, are these all your bank accounts? And you say yes, these are all my bank accounts. If a credit check, say 4 or 5 bank accounts. I have even seen in Profile during the COVID era. Now I'm gonna be a company business account. I'm gonna bounce back loans. Some they actually took almost see a non-can. Just say a company be so it will not be reviewed. Look, home office want to check it. So even if your company will be there and see whether you have bank account because they've requested for that previously. Maybe they make catch on and say when you come to us, just be honest and sincere. Open up, tell us the truth. We know ways and means that we can advise you on how to present your case. For instance, if you have a business bank account, even though the business bank account, we need to be able to tell and declare to the Home Office, that business a different entity. You cannot just go in and dip your fingers in the business account and use to come and pay your Home Office fees and as the NHS fees. These are some of the things that we can advise you, and these are some of the things that we can make presentation on your behalf so that the application will be successful. Obi heard my dream say, "Oh, not them, me application. I'm going to save lawyers' fees and I'm going to save money." What they don't understand, and they say, as lawyers, and also look for ways and means that we can save you money so that you don't incur extra expenses.
Okay, no, very important because especially within our community, what you tend to find out is say, obi MA application or say, oh, we matisa we won't quite beat me, while beat me, we hear lawyer be I forgot na application has been bounced because you made the wrong application as I submitted the wrong documents. And to know with regards to the fee waiver, how does it work? What is the guideline?
See the name Tremono. We are percent we year application for fee waiver. People need to understand that the application process is a different process from your main application. Say open way application, you may do 2 applications. Over here, the fee waiver application, and then the decision about and now the main application up to. So that is the key. Most of these applications for fee waivers can be done online. A separate application process, very, very important. And after that, you are supposed to make your actual application within 10 working days of receiving a decision. Say, oh, yeah, application, or you all know, I didn't say, oh, must submit me fee waiver application, and not at one, no, maybe there. And obi also of feelings says me year fee waiver application that's a visa a bit affecting me. You catch them say me enjoy. What people need to understand is that if you submit your fee waiver application within within the timer or visa a valid, your section 3C leave, if every section 3C leave, as soon as you submit your application, any condition there you had prior to submitting the application is extended. If you had a condition say you had a condition say a benefit, whatever condition that comes with your visa. Now ultimately submit any application within time. The section 3C leave provision shows to say that condition is extended. The only thing that you cannot do is to travel outside the jurisdiction, because you traveling outside the jurisdiction automatically invalidates the application that you submitted. Apart from traveling, everything is extended. Submitting an application for fee waiver will extend your leave to remain, and you shouldn't say, order. You need to have that peace of mind, say, oh, you're okay. And only is something that people need to be aware of. Once that application is submitted, all the over 6 months bank statements, pay slip, expenses and income and expenses table at their core. Who feel say you are destitute, who feel say you cannot meet your child's daily needs if you pay the money. Any way beyond why your presentation to that effect. After you have done that, then the decision comes, then you submit the application. That application that we do, it is your responsibility to demonstrate, say, on the balance of probabilities, you cannot afford it. Into the letters, document everything that you believe will put your case forward rightly for you. You need to make sure, say, you put it there carefully and prepare it in a way that the Home Office caseworker will understand it. Then, so we make sure we understand how they assess these applications, and we will make sure say they advise you, put everything together. There have been times that people will tell you, maybe someone said, bema. We are sure so we need to you ask them all the right questions before they come to you. But once they come to you and then you give them the list of documents and you start asking them the questions, you realize say sikabi baby or the sikana maneba or the account account, and for that reason on to me any application. Yeah, my own way see time and train 4 5 weeks waiting for a decision where we know say the decision will be a refusal. So at this very instant, we will advise you clearly on what to do. These are some of the things that we do. If you are being assisted by charities, very, very important, say, OBJ letters from them, and we will advise you how the letters should be drafted. If you're not social worker, be air support too. All those people in Miano, we will tell you the type of letters that they will be able to bring forward to support the application. See them in train mono. So we yet now our application is successful. Within 10 days, you need to submit your application. And yes, sir, your application will become invalidated and you become illegal. Very, very important. The second thing is say, in your name, say we application, your dream papa now will dream for it. It is possible, say, application will be refused. If your application is refused, there are two things that you need to do. Either say within the 10 days now the amount, over submitting valid application now with your home office fees. And now also say within that 10 working days, over submitting a new application. That is what the options available to you. If you feel say the decision that has been made is so wrong and so you can challenge that decision by way of doing what we call judicial review. Miniano, we will look at the circumstances and we will advise you accordingly. If the application is successful, good. 10 days you have to submit your application. If it's not successful, you need to act within 10 days. And yes, sir, illegal. And at that stage, you will be advised on what to do. But that's it.
1984. Lawyer Dankoy, na de estimate you say, opposite wo from number we here. I'll be to me a friend Fortwell Solicitors no 0203 325 7030. I'm on more Facebook and say numbers no. Also, but person fresh studio hanuma obit me afre a quinda ho obit me afre number 0203 735 8820. That's 0203 286 0185. Mobile line is here 0778 793 9958. Intino, but more than answer over free. And now, and Casse, Mia meets Mia, Sibia, Ladanko Cano. I'm out for P. I'm make it such mistakes. Omojin said they can take things into their own hands. When it comes to immigration, Myanmar, they're very, very specific on what they need. I think it's no question. So one I would delay in Myanmar. Tibomodian said, Obegeti in touch. Now, lawyer, on this issue, what are some of the mistakes amount for here? Because I think that it's very, very important to touch upon it. Amount for a bimato, you see if you ever what are some of the mistakes when we say amount for here?
The common mistake and for a year, the fact that the things on medium bank statements need this year. That's very, very, very common. A lot of people think our bank accounts grandpa and their home office will find out. And for that reason, they will be okay. They'll be that's a mistake you should never make. And really very, very, very important. The second thing also says year application now. You need to understand that they will assess your household income. Let's assume say Abia Wood Jones, you have a child who is 19 years who lives in the house. Then you have another child who is 10. 19-year-old child, and then also juma, but application. And so you feel says as you can now general home office fees now enough. But the application, they will also assess the income of your 19-year-old child who is working. That is something that we need to understand. Don't assume say because of you, because of your application, will ban their income. Anybody who lives in that house and who works in it, the Home Office would expect say they will include that person's income in your application. Unless say you are able to tell and I say you demonstrate and you tell them say, look, bia now will ban no grandpa or tiffy or no grandpa no unkasa. So to me I say the child may even be living in the house. You are all living in the house as housemates, not family. And for that reason, until you continue banning him say, for our bank statements, payslip brand, I mean, the application. If you don't do be few, and we have situations like that. It's very, very important, say, you understand that you are expected to declare your household income. But if there are issues within that prevents you from declaring that household income, you are forthright. You tell them straight away. And once you tell them, then it should be okay. That is where people need to understand. And the other thing is making the application in good time. Say, unim say, within the next 28 days. So within the 28 days, as early as possible, put something together and put it in there, and for them to consider it for you.
Okay, my main fact, my numbers N2J. And Pacho Peso Fred Fortwell Solicitors at number near 0203 325 7030. Mobile line is here 07944 976 161. And now say 078 3334 4411. But more than say, we be from. Text message back one menya wahane say intino obi bisa say what if say I was working at the time and just before I made this my application Mijuma say would that be considered, would I still qualify?
Oh yes, over qualify. Say them kind. We are looking at your circumstances for the past 6 months. If a and the mistake that people make, say they assume say once a we you cannot make an application for fee waiver. Yenyana or send a text message, clear or no feel say because or straight away he cannot make an application for fee waiver. Medicain actually say you have people who are earning 20,000, you have people who are earning 30,000. And yet still, because of the current economic crisis and as a circumstance that you're finding yourself in, that person's income does not meet the expenses. Such a person can still make an application for fee waiver. The onus lies on that person, at the time of application, or bell listed the expenses and the income to show say, at the end of the month, if your money £3,000, now otuya ne landing rent a year about £2,000. Now or Jenny Nyama getting kitty any even the income does not meet the expenses. Do you understand? Just don't think say, oh, me 3,000, I cannot make the application. That is the good thing about coming to us, because we can assess your case even before paying us any money. And before I can see we only have 3 minutes before we end. I need to add said the good thing is we don't charge for consultation. So just here. Internet said if you call me and you tell me say, oh lawyer, time as so 7% hear me application, my situation me, can I qualify? We can book an appointment for you. Say for bank statements, no pay slips, no expenses near the EBRA. And then when you come in, we sit down with you for 30 minutes. We go through your expenses and your income, and straight away we can tell you say, I don't think say, oh yes, our application we are very successful. And now say we can advise you say, yeah, go ahead, me and yes, our application for you, even before you commit to instructing a lawyer to help you with the application process. From the onset, say I can do it or I cannot do it. That's the good thing about coming to us for us to assist you.
Lawyer Dankwe, that's say when you're running at Chinkumo and Nano pay. It's a for with the lawyer Naka. Meant now no more, and now no more. Be bitchy wadrian, but more than so I could home. And I say, lawyer, a lawyer's for you now, Benya Quayama. When you have from my pet or make us a consultation fee. Lawyer Dankwe, say, bra, Ukuhoma. On show bank statements. A whole while bit me a catcher say, obey successful, and I say, oh, yes, successful. And now, Finna Becca Sibra, with the Beshe, a bema any false hopes be on the can't no credit at show. It's Bomodian said, Ubeko Fortwell Solicitors. And then quite finally, who will be quickly, obey so cancer. Yeah, sorry if we are.
Oh, before we end the program, as everybody is aware, Monday to Friday, office London Honzi Obahonoma will be able to assist you every Thursday, and so set up legal surgery Milton Keynes between 9:30 and 5:30. Into Muamuo, Northampton, Wellingborough, Corby, Milton Keynes, Luton, Bedfordshire, Kettering. Any of those areas, I'm a person here. You will book your appointments. I'm on Thursday. And also, we don't charge to see you or to do anything for you. See that Jones discussed, apart from immigration, we have other areas that we practice in: family, civil litigation, employment, wills and probate. Also, affidavit, statutory declaration, fire passport, change of deed. Niniano Oba, where we will be able to assist you. Yeah, that's it. More joining and our Facebook and more sharing. So we thank you so much. We appreciate the work that you do. But that's it.
Thank you very much. That was GN Radio Legal Hour with lawyer Dan Koy from Fortwell Solicitors. We're done for another day. All being well, we'll see you next week, Tuesday. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.
Yo, Ghana for you want English approach my moha. Ya sweady. Yenya emrenim fo a won akwatare wo emrenim a poto kasemu ye kase a lawyer for entimi nuanom mumyem for immigration ensem nyina enko dan wo mo Fortwell Solicitors emrenim akuku drofo se watna ha che ombeboa wo ma wonsa kan won krata na se wedi edro nso a eyo mo kokokra eba ne nipa setena mu ani adwuma mu nsem bia omudim akotene pa omo wo mre di mani pa bia na de enika wo mu mpo ne se no consultation fee.
Fortwell Solicitors always puts our clients' needs first. We specialize in all UK visa applications, detention and deportation cases, student and work points-based work permit applications from both UK and abroad. Fortwell Solicitors also deals with long residence and human rights applications outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Fortwell Solicitors is located at
Unit 1, ground floor, Katrina House, 58 Clarendon Road, London, N80DJ. Nearest tube station, Tempark Lane and Wood Green. Overground, Hornsey Station. Buses, 41 to Archway and 144 to Maswa Hill. For more info, call 0203 3257 030. Call our 24-hour line on 0754 8701 011. Website www.fortwellsolicitors.com.
opening hours Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Thursday Beyonce Young Milton Keynes.
Fortwell Solicitors is regulated by SRA.
Fortwell Solicitors.